and welcome back to Steins Gate. In the last episode, we managed to get the IBM 5100 back to the lab. Apparently, the downstairs part-timer does not like Kurisu. Kurisu decided she was going to stay over the night, steal Daru's lab coat, and we chatted about theories on why the phone wave, named subject to change, isn't working the way it used to. And now, Daru says he finally got it. He finally hacked into Seddon to get an admin's login. Did you get it?
Mission completo.
Mission completo. I don't know why I need to read what they say in English, but Daru shows his white teeth in a wide grin as he gives a thumbs up. I got the server admin's ID and password. Now we can peep as much as we want. Yahoo! And the IBM 5100 database? That's separate, duh. The server admin's unrelated. I mean, it's a database with normally unreadable code, so there's a limit to who can access it. Doesn't look like even the lab member director can access it. There are positions higher than that? There's something called the Seddon Executive Council. So they call it a council, huh? What about it? It's a fitting name for our enemy. Kurisu looks at me coldly. Whatever, let's leave the IBM 5100 database for another day. Run a search for the data on time travel research. Okie dokie. What Z program we saw last time was suspicious, wasn't it? Or that and the Jellyman's report. We couldn't get concrete information on either before. Kurisu stares holes into the monitor. Her angry expression has disappeared. Look carefully and burn it into your eyes, the proof of Seddon's action. Its descent upon the world. Oh yeah, baby. Found the LHC report supervisor. The supervisor? That's a pretty important post. Right now, we're peeking inside his computer. Z program. Z obviously stands for Jelly. Zeri. Jelly starts with a J. Jelly. Careless mistake. So uncool. Ahem. What I meant to say is that there's no way it would have such a simple name. The name's hiding something important. There has to be a double meaning. Daru, who's been searching through the log, suddenly stops. Got it. He displays a graphic on the monitor. It looks like a scan of a very old newspaper document. The letterhead reads, Z program top secret. This program began in 1973. When was Saren formed? 1954. I asked Daru, but Kurisu answers instead, her tone flat. I thought that maybe Seddon was formed with the Z program in mind, but 54 means my guess was off. When was the IBM 5100 put on the market? 1975. So maybe that's why the IBM 5100 was central to Saren's operations. The years match after all. No, that's wrong. It can't be something as stupidly simple as that. There has to be a worldwide conspiracy involved. Maybe IBM hid their proprietary programming language in IBM 5100 for the sole purpose of its use in Saren's Z program. IBM and Seddon are co-conspirators. Both of them are being manipulated from the shadows by an even larger organization. Yeah, that's way more interesting. Ugh, a JPEG? Come on, I can't copy-paste this. Daru mutters some complaint. The text isn't in French. What's on screen right now looks like English. Actually, there's French, Dutch, and German versions too. The content looks the same though. Seren's purpose, heading into the 21st century, shall be established control over space and time, thereby to enable the destruction of extant history and the creation of an everlasting utopia, ruled by the committee that encompasses the entirety of the past and future events. Kurusu suddenly starts speaking at a stilted clip. Oh right, Maki says she can do English. Way to go, assistant! Your study abroad in America was all for the sake of today, wasn't it? Of course not. Stop assigning people roles in your fantasy world. Daru relinquishes his chair, allowing Kurusu to sit in front of the computer. In order to maintain this project's secrecy and allow the name to remain relevant in changing circumstances, we have designated it the Z program. Let's see. It was named the Z program so that the actual experiment plan might enable the change in a flexible plan name. Moreover, for the blah 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 blah. Z, like the Greek omega or the Cyrillic ya? It is forbidden to assign any meaning to this name or to seek it in significance beyond the project itself. Negative returns are predicted should this edict be the Forgive me. I went back to looking at the background and hit spacebar and missed some words. I'm going to try to be good and not look at the background, but I want to read it. The Z program is a top-secret project spanning international borders. Like electromagnetic wave research, it has been approved for top-priority funding by the Committee of 300. Henceforth, all other research performed by Seren shall function to keep the Z program's existence secret. I guess Kurusu's reading the preface to the document. It's getting rather dull. Is there anything specific about exactly what the Z program is? Daru types on the keyboard from the side, bringing up another window. Here. This can't be. Kurusu bends forward and stares wide-eyed at the words on the screen. What is it? The purpose of the Z program is to perform time-space displacement experiments by means of high-energy proton-proton collisions. Time-space displacement experiments. In other words, time travel. I have to struggle to keep from shouting. I quickly run over to the window and close it. It might make it hotter inside, but it would be worse if people outside overheard us. No way. It was true? You're telling me that they've been deceiving the world for nearly 40 years? Just as I suspected, a great shadow lurks behind Seren, most likely the organization or one of its puppets. What organization? Chunibyo nutjob. At least try to be serious some of the time. Don't be ridiculous. My words are always grounded in truth. Anyways, shouldn't it be the committee instead of the organization? That's what it says here. The Committee of 300. I don't think they mean Seren's Executive Council. What are they talking about? The world is full of lies. It's not as beautiful as you think. Listen, Okarin. I am listening. The Committee of 300 is a dark power that controls every secret society, every government, every multinational corporation. You're making things up again. It's the truth. Google it if you don't believe me. Until now, the human race, for all of its accomplishments, has never been able to overcome the barrier called time. The technology of time travel, which can break through that barrier, will change the course of human history, literally. As it was when we split the atom, this forbidden fruit has the potential to grant us godlike power. Not a man exists who can resist its temptation. And naturally, all those with the power will use any means at their disposal to obtain it. Human mortality is naught but a joke to those who would stand with the gods. Understand, Christina? Wow, that's quite a speech. Since you seem to know so much about it, does that mean you're aiming for godhood too? What Hoin Kyoma desires is the destruction of all who would call themselves gods, the collapse of their hateful system, and the glorious new age of chaos. I'm not asking Hoin, I'm asking Okabe. I am Hoin. In other words, you don't have your own reason. Damn you, assistant, how dare you attack my very identity? Forget about him, Makaseshi. Please keep reading. Daru, what do you mean forget about me? I'm tired of listening to conspiracy theories. I'm more interested in the Z program than your delusions. I told you they're not delusions. And they're not theories. But Daru does have a point. Our top priority now is to expose the dark side of the international research organization known as SEREN. Continue, assistant. At least show respect when you're asking a favor. Through huffing out complaints, Kurisu obediently goes back to translating. Stage 1, construction and implementation of the Large Hadron Collider. Over the past half-century, beginning with the proton synchrotron complete in 1959, particle accelerator technology has reached the point where standardized results may be obtained. Stage 2, implementation and testing of lifter technology. Shit, go away, Saoirse. The formation of more than 2 artificial localization singularities as well as formation of Kerr black holes will become possible when the stage is complete. In order to hide the program's true goal, it is necessary to intentionally leak misinformation regarding the formation of black holes. Stage 3, animal experimentation. Stage 4. Kurisu stops talking. She takes a deep breath and finally mutters angrily. Human experimentation. For real? A chill runs up my spine. I admit some part of me saw this as a game. I was elated to discover that an institution as respected as SEREN was actually doing time travel research. After all, we ourselves have succeeded, whether by chance or design, in producing our own time travel phenomenon. I thought that maybe we could beat SEREN to the first functional time machine design. And wouldn't that be something? But now, just like I said to Krisu, the world is full of lies. Morals are meaningless. Was it really okay for us to get involved in this? Hey, Okarin, remember when we hacked in before? I'm pretty sure that email we read said this. Result error, human is dead, mismatch. For details, see Jellyman's report. Someone died? Could that have something to do with human experimentation? My throat goes dry. Cold sweat sweeps through my brow, and it's not because of the heat. Kurisu and Daru are waiting for me to speak. They are entrusting the decision to me. I ask myself, is this really okay? Are you sure? There's no turning back. True, but can I live with myself if I ignore this conspiracy? Daru, look up the Jellyman's report. Really? Really, but first, Christine. Yeah? You should leave. Why you suddenly... The Jellyman's report, it just gives me a bad feeling. Once we see it, we can no longer return to our normal lives. You're a genius. You're already published, for crying out loud. There's no need for you to throw away your promising future. Are you worried about me? Of course I am. You're my assistant after all. I keep telling you I'm not your assistant. Thanks for your concern, but I'm not leaving. We need to expose this truth to the world. No. It's too dangerous. You chickening out? We're powerless against this conspiracy. One wrong move and they'll have us erased. But still, this isn't a game. I'm not joking here. Fine. I won't tell anyone. Though her expression shows she still doesn't agree, she finally submits. But I'm not leaving. It'll just keep me awake at night. You won't regret this? I won't. She declares firmly. I don't know if it's her competitive spirit or her bravery, but she's just ignorant in the ways of the world. But it doesn't look like I can persuade her to back down. Daru, what about you? Prepared? Well, I am a super hacker. He's comfortable even in this situation. And with my skills, they'll never know we were there. That settles it. It's good that Mayori's not here. I can't get her involved. I look Daru and Kurisu in the eye. Alright, let's begin. Kurisu gives the seat to Daru. Henceforth, this shall be known as Operation Legarhan's Chest. Why Norse mythology? Is that Norse mythology? Because it's cool, I guess. Anyways, what's with men in military terms? Daru, begin the operation. He soon finds the Jellyman's report. It requires a second password authentication, which Daru broke through easily. Ready? I'm opening it. Daru looks at me and Kurisu. I wet my parched lips and nod. The air in the lab is suddenly seems thicker. Unable to escape through the closed window, it surrounds us with an oppressive heat. Daru wipes the sweat off his forehead and handkerchief and timidly presses the enter key. The file opens. At first glance, it looks like a resume. There's a photograph on the top right. The top left has a name, age, height, weight, and other information. In the center is a long string of English text. Underneath that, there's something attached, like a scan of a newspaper clipping with a black and white photo. And then I know. I know exactly what the Jellyman and Jellyman's report means. Jellyman's report 10. A man in wall appears in New York. They would never post that in the newspaper. Subject, James McCarthy, age 31, American. Z program, stage 4, date of experiment, 2005, January 28th. Time, 13:05. Kurisu bends over Daru's shoulder, reading the contents out loud. Results, error, human is dead, mismatch. That again. It is believed that due to the infinite compression by supergravity, the subject could not endure passage through the singularity inside the Kerr black hole. April 3rd, 1921, New York City, an unidentified man was discovered dead in an alley off Union Square. The right half of his body was embedded in a nearby wall. Sounds like Kurisu is reading the newspaper article at the end. The man's body was completely jellified. Says Saren on his shoulder. Chapter 3, Butterfly Effects Divergence. Ooh. On that note, I'm going to leave this episode off here, I think. Yeah, this seems like a good stopping point for this episode. Whew, that was a little creepy. But it is also it's starting to get interesting. A little bit more interesting. It's a little more serious. It was all goofy and fun and games up until now. Now it's starting to get serious and questionable, even though we started with, like, a death, but she then reappeared. And how is that? I don't know. Anyways, if you're enjoying Steins Gate and you want to see more from me, then please subscribe and do all that YouTube shit. And in the next episode, we will see what their reaction was to the Jellyman report. So I'll see you then.